emphasis lately on people getting masks and making masks and everybody having masks for when you're out in public, you don't spread your germs from your face to other people.
Right.
So we've been working on getting some masks together. So a few days ago, we made a video about how we were going to use some cloth diaper inserts to make masks, and that did not go well. So I thought maybe I would try to sew one. There's two problems here though, you guys. The first one is I couldn't find a pattern. Like, you have to print the pattern. I mean, that makes sense, but I couldn't find one with the measurements so I could make my own pattern. It just was a pattern that you could print off the internet and then cut it out of paper and then lay it on your fabric and cut that out. So I couldn't find one with just the measurements on it. So instead, I just looked at the pattern online and I cut it out myself, guessing how big it should be and what the angles should look like. And I think I did a pretty good job of cutting it out. But guys, there's a bigger problem. I don't have a sewing machine. So I had to sew mine by hand. So mine sort of looks like a Frankenstein mask. And the cloth diaper that I use just sort of seems to unravel after it gets cut. So the moral of the story is, don't use cloth diapers if you're gonna cut them up because they don't cut up well. And the other thing is, if you sew it back together, it's gonna look like a diaper that you wear on your face. The thing is, the only way to fix a diaper that you wear on your face is, of course, draw a face on it so people can't see that it's a diaper. There we go. All right, so it's on, but his ears are not so happy. Turn sideways. Yeah, the ears are not loving that so much.
Dad also has floppy ears.
Dad has some pretty floppy ears that don't really stand up to the damage that these masks will do. Okay, so that was clearly, I mean, you know, it'll work in a pinch, but clearly not ideal. That's not the best idea for a mask.
But you can breathe all right.
You can breathe. I mean, it's on and it works. It's tight to his face and whatnot. It works. It's just not pretty. Okay, so the one more thing that I wanted to show that I came up with, in case you're looking for a way to make yourself a Frankenstein mask. My ear loops that I made are actually just cut off of a sock that had holes in it. I just cut the toe off and then just started cutting strips off of it because they're already in a circle. So you can use a sock as your little ear loop thing. And it does hold the mask on. It's just not pretty. But if you're in a pinch and you don't have anything else, socks will work as your ear holder honors. But today, I talked to Grandma and she said, I busted out my sewing machine and my serger, and I've got a pattern that I printed off the internet, and I'm making masks for the whole family. Do you need some? So we said, yeah. So we went to Grandma's house today. Ta-da! So Grandma made masks for Daddy and Jordan and me. I have one too that Grandma made for us. But Jackson and Malia don't have one yet because Grandma didn't know what size to make them. So she's gonna make the same pattern a little bit smaller for Malia and Jackson's little faces so that they will fit them properly. Yeah, your hands aren't supposed to be touching your faces, people. So Grandma's mask turned out a lot better than mine. She has a serger and a sewing machine, so she's got really nice finished edges. She was able to sew the whole thing together. So these masks that she made for us actually have 3 layers. There's the pink layer on the outside, there's the pink layer on the inside, and in between these 2 layers, she's got a layer of soft cotton or like a t-shirt inside. So there's 3 layers of filtration on these, and they fit your face really nice, and they're pretty comfortable actually. If you had to wear these in public for an extended period of time, at least they're not like misshapen and falling off of your face and uncomfortable.
Right. They don't wrap around your ears like crazy. They have these.
Yeah, they go. You're supposed to wear it a little higher so it holds it higher on your face.
And the best part is you can be able to draw on your lips or something.
Yeah, you can draw on it if you want to because it's yours, but you have to make sure that if you're gonna draw something on it. I learned that if you want to draw a face on your Frankenstein mask, you have to be careful not to put it on right after you draw on it with a Sharpie because this is sort of like inhaling a bunch of Sharpie if you just put it right on your face, and it makes it a little hard to breathe. So don't do that. But the masks that Grandma made for us, you can actually put a towel or a liner inside it between your face and the mask They don't have a pocket inside, but if you wanted more filtration than it already has, you could put a towel or something in between you and your mask to keep the moisture and whatnot from collecting on your face. But I think it was very cool of Grandma to make these for us, and I think it was well worth driving all the way to Grandma and Grandpa's house and kind of wasting our whole day just to go over to Grandma and Grandpa's house and pick up these masks. The thing is, Grandma and Grandpa fed us dinner, they hung out with us, they let us invade their house. We had cheeseburgers. And we decided together as a family that it didn't matter if we were exposed to each other. We would take the risk that anything they have already been exposed to would expose us, and that we would do the same with them, and that we would collectively be careful not to expose anybody to anything, but that if one family was exposed to it, then we were all taking the risk collectively to be exposed together. So we're not afraid that we're going to cross-contaminate because we're all being careful. But now we have masks so that if we need to go in public, we can actually wear these out. Because the idea is that if we do need to start going out to the store or to other functions and wearing these in public, that everyone will need one. So Grandma wanted to make sure that we all had comfortable ones. So thanks, Grandma.
Thank you.
So guys, we're still going to be isolating and keeping our social distance, and we're still going to be doing all of the things we're supposed to be doing, like washing our hands and not touching our faces and keeping the house relatively clean and sanitized. We're going to continue to do all of the same measures, but now at least we don't have to worry about whether or not we have a mask. And Grandma is working on one for Malia and Jackson, so we won't have to worry about anybody having a mask. I'm still going to keep trying to come up with a hand-sewn version just because I'm stubborn and I want to be able to make it myself. I really don't need them once Grandma gets her stuff going. She's going to make us more for the future. She's just kind of getting started. But we're thankful for what Grandma could do, and now that we all have to have masks all the time, we'll finally have masks. But for now, I think we better put my Smartypants to bed. So,
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make this channel strong. Share it with your friends. And now, good night, YouTube. See you tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. Poof! Thanks for the mask, Grandma. I can't wait till mine's ready.